So we continue along here on our FSN Game of the Week presented by Colony Grow. We thank them for their support. Ludlowe about to take the field on this Thursday night. We're so glad to have you along for the ride. New Canaan will come out in the white with red numbering and letters. Other than that, it's all white. Easily recognizable color scheme for the Rams. Ludlowe comes out in their home blues. They've got white shorts, white piping, white lettering, and white numbers. So we're so glad that you could be along for the ride here. Again, Aiden Blank with you. We will be back tomorrow. High school football, Friday night football. Fairfield Ludlowe is going to play up against Norwalk. James Radman is going to kick things off on this Thursday night. And we are just about set to get underway. Radman to do the kicking. He will, and we are underway. Thursday night soccer here on FSN. Ludlowe, as expected, comes away with it. It goes out, a turnover, and New Canaan gets possession. .39.5 minutes remain here in the opening half. Just kicking things off at Fairfield Ludlowe. As you might expect, the cold has driven many inside, and I hope that many are inside watching the game tonight, maybe because it's live streamed on FSN. You say, hey, look, why would we go out to the game on this cold, freezing night when we can just stay home and watch it? At least I would hope that's what you're thinking. Inside 39 minutes down, first half. Just kicking things off as New Canaan is going to go retrieve the ball and get a throw. It's very wet, so expect a lot of sloppy passes, a lot of quick passes as well down on the turf. Comes back out near the 25 and already a slip. Recovered by the Falcons, and they take it off on offense. A ball hit a little bit too hard. And now Radman converts on to defense. Played up by Matt Rulo. He is one of their key players, a junior, kind of taking his brother Nico's role. He's a big goal scorer, only a junior. Near side, they do not rule him out. Good job staying in bounds, George Cortez. He is a senior for Fairfield Ludlowe. Good mix of juniors and seniors on this Fairfield Ludlowe squad. 37-39 and counting remaining. Opening half. Our game of the week presented by Colony Grill, the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons, the New Canaan Rams. Next week, a pretty big doubleheader. Exactly a week from tonight. Boys and girls soccer, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, double dip. Right here, it's Fairfield Ludlowe and Fairfield Ward. The Nest will be out. It'll be a pink out, as they always do with a lot of Ludlowe Ward games. Should be a good one. Should be two good ones, actually. We'll see the girls at 5 o'clock, the boys at 7. Good chance early, but it sails out. 36:45 remain You may catch a little bit of that window, and that's because we are not outside tonight with our camera. Our camera operator, Chris Blank, inside today. Hanging tough with us. So it's going to be a little difficult to get into that corner shot. The corner is going to be taken by Sawyer Nessel. Raises his hand in the air, sent forward. Almost sent it right back out, but Nessel gets another shot at a set piece. This time it goes out, and they are going to rule that New Canaan hit it last. So Fairfield Ludlowe will get another good chance for a set piece. They were dominant on those the last time we saw them when they took on Stanford earlier in the season, our first FSN game of the week. We got a good look at them, and they scored and got a lot of good chances on set pieces. Around in the box, it's still loose and finally picked up. A great save in net by Carl Wolpert, the junior goalie, able to pin it down. And Luke Green's New Canaan Rams will come back out on offense as they bring it across midfield. Again, it's going to be a very fast-paced game tonight. Probably not a lot of clean passing because of the slippery turf. Two teams have used this turf already, JV boys soccer earlier, and then freshman football just now, so the turf's a little bit more worn down, but it is still slick. Good touch by Radman. Near side, chasing it down, Cortez sends it in, it's saved. And New Canaan comes out with it near side. They give it up to Michael Norton. He's a sophomore. New Canaan has a good amount of younger talent. They've got Michael, he's a sophomore. They've got Thomas Kurz, he's a sophomore. And then they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 freshmen on the team. There's more freshmen on this team than sophomores. So clearly, this is a New Canaan team that is built for the long haul and built to win over time, which probably means they're going to have a difficult time of it this year. Not that they're not going to win, but usually when you bring a lot of freshmen and sophomore talent in, it takes about a half a season for them to get used to this. But the Rams could become a powerhouse in the coming years, especially with that incredible class of freshmen getting their start this early. Certainly, their head coach, Luke Green, has to have seen something in them. Ball stayed mainly in Ludlow's half. I beg your pardon, in New Canaan's half. Good defense by Cortez, can't quite take it away, and it sails past the foot of Javon Mitchell and out. He's a senior. So as many freshmen as they do have, they still are relying heavily on those juniors and seniors to lead this team. Near side played up by Sawyer Nessel. He's a junior. Ludlowe has one freshman, Zachary Connor, his brother Patrick, also on the team. So Ludlowe more built with that junior class that's been coming up. But they still have a decent amount of younger talent. And of course, you take a look at the JV and freshman teams, and you're going to get a look at how much talent they really have. Rulo plays it through. Cortez keeps it in, and they score. Ludlowe gets the opening goal of this match, 32-42 in. And they get the early advantage, 1-0. Good boot by James Radman, it looks like, oncoming. And Ludlowe takes the lead. 32-42 remain inside of it now. Ludlowe puts the opening goal on the board, and they take a 1-0 lead. In a game like this, they should be dominant. I'll tell you that. They should not be having much of a tough time with New Canaan. but they do struggle with some of these teams sometimes. You come in a little too full of yourself and looking forward to the next match. Good move by Cortez, but clearly Ludlow's not doing that. They're coming in very heavy-handed. They're ready to score and score often. They lead it 1-0 in our FSN Game of the Week. As I mentioned, a double dip next week. We'll get you the schedule when we can. 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, Ludlowe and Ward, boys and girls soccer. Should be a blast, and then we move to girls soccer versus Darien the following week. Boys soccer versus Norwalk the week after, and the final game of the week will be field hockey, Fairfield Ludlowe and Fairfield Ward, 7 o'clock on October 30th. I believe that is Halloween Eve. Mischief night, so Ludlowe will look to cause some mischief. 31 minutes to go in this first half. That should be a fun game to call. Always fun to see those town rivalries. We will have 4 Ludlowe Ward games on this fall between boys and girls soccer, field hockey, and of course Thanksgiving morning, Fairfield Ludlowe and Fairfield Ward in the battle for Black Rock in football. Ward's looking for revenge. Ludlowe is just looking to continue what they started. An incredible showing last week at Fairfield Prep. They fell, but they will look to redeem themselves and split the Fairfield teams 500. It goes off of Sawyer Nessel. Throw in coming from Mitchell, the senior. It's a cold night at Taft Field, not a great crowd on hand, but they're here. Near side goes out, and it will be a Ludlowe ball. Nessel to throw near sideline. Headed through inside the 10. New Canaan trying for a clearance. Cortez trying to take over. Gets him a good look. It's through. Radman wanted a second goal, but he's not going to get it quite yet. Inside a half an hour left of soccer here in the first.
Probably.
That's going out, and Ludlow's getting that ball right back. Callum Crawford, a senior, on it there. Now it's Patrick Connor. I beg your pardon. Callum Crawford, a junior. Patrick Connor, also a junior, to throw. Into the box. Still loose. Puts a very good touch on it, but Crawford's touch not enough. And a save from New Canaan. A bevy of opportunities early for Fairfield Ludlowe. They have not been able to put one by yet. Trapped on the far sideline. It's Radman defending, and it goes out for a New Canaan throw. Looking forward to next week. Boy, isn't that crazy? Mid-October, or very end of early October next week. October 10th. Last year, Ludlowe won the girls' matchup in the crosstown rivalry in soccer. They tied in the boys' matchup and then went on to get redemption in the FCAC quarterfinals, beating them 2-0. But it was still an incredible night of soccer, regardless of who wins or who loses. It's going to be a great crowd, and we can't wait to experience it once again. It should be a blast to go cover.
We didn't have this.
34:50 left in the first, and beg your pardon, we are all off on that clock. We're going to fix that for you. Now we should be good on the clock. It's 1-0 Fairfield Ludlowe. That much is correct. And now down to 26:50 remaining in the first. Whistle coming. 26:38 left. Here's a long ball. And their keeper comes all the way out to get it. Carl Wolpert. They have two goalies, a sophomore Alex Wolter and a junior Carl Wolpert. Wolpert is in goal to start the day tonight. See if that changes as things move along. 26-minute mark. Near sideline.
I know.
It'll be a busy weekend for Ludlowe, for FSN, and for Fairfield Ludlowe. We'll get to that in a little bit. 25.5 minutes have come and gone here in the first.
Good idea.
Ludlow still with that 1-0 lead. Cortez a good trap, near side. Nessel puts it up. It is still in, and a save. Good job by Wolpert on the hop. That could have gone a whole lot worse. But he makes the save, and Ludlow does not put up a second goal. Whistle coming at 26:40.
Is that the only high school coach that has actually?
Beg your pardon, 24:33 here in the first.
Oh, John Curtis. Yeah.
Rich Sutherland, he's Scottish. You can't understand a word out of his mouth. He's got a really thick accent. Yeah, my daughter.
24:13 left. Till halftime here on FSN, our game of the week presented by Colony Grill. Still alive in the box. Cortez trying to put a boot on it, whiffs. And NC comes away with it.
You kidding me? Oh, they shot wide from 40 yards out. That was close. Yeah. I don't think they've had possession.
23:43 left.
Yesterday was 80 down here.
Yeah, it was 80 there during the day too. They got down to like 60 in the wind.
Amazing.
Early chance. Cortez dancing in the box, and he will not be able to score. It is poked free. Although trying to get it back. On the near side. Mitchell trying to find a clearance. He will lose it. But the referee signaling possession to New Canaan. So the Rams will get it back.
Probably clambered into his back.
Hey, bump it, but I mean, it's just, you shield the ball, man. You get bumped. Oh, you're not touching, man.
Still loose. Cortez. A little high. 22:19 left. This side, 22 minutes remain now. Near side. Around midfield. Rulo. Excellent passing. Ball in for Cortez, misses, but they get it back. He chases it down the near sideline, and it goes out. Throw is coming. Dan, Aiden Blank with you. We're so glad that you could be with us on our FSN Game of the Week presented by Colony Grill. Back with Ludlowe Boys Soccer next week as part of our crosstown doubleheader. Ludlowe and Ward playing battle. 2 matchups that night. Girls go at 5, the boys go at 7, and we will have both of them for you live on FSN. Going to be a special Game of the Week coverage. Kicking off at 4:50. Good play. It's still loose, and a long shot goes through the post for Callum Crawford.
Is he 5'6" or no? Not a good idea overall.
"20 minutes of soccer left in this first half, and Ludlowe so far the lone goal. James Radman put it through. Get you some scores from around the FCAC when we get a chance. 19:35 left. Trumbull leads West Hill 4-0 in the 54th minute. Wow. That is impressive work from Trumbull. Lee Weston and Joe Barlow are playing in a pretty big matchup as well. How about those crosstown rivals we were talking about? Fairfield Ward boys soccer. A 1-0 win over Danbury. They knock off a team that knocked off Ludlowe in the FCAC semis last year. Played a really good tournament. Kick on its way. 18:49 left.
The ultimate.
Just getting going still in our FSN Game of the Week. Warming things up. So as of yesterday, Ward was undefeated. Ward is now 5-0-2. That's a pretty impressive start for Ward. Ludlow's 3-2-2. Ward 14 points. Ludlowe 11. Through traffic, but an easy save. Danbury was 7-0-0. That's their first loss of the season. 21 points for the Hatters, and the Mustangs get to within 4. They're also within a point of the 2 spot in the Greenwich Cardinals, who are 6-1 Looking like Danbury, Greenwich, Staples, Trumbull, Ward, Wilton, Ludlowe, and maybe even Bridgeport Central, who has brought their way into the mix. 9 points for the Hilltoppers. They are not out of it. Central, if I'm not mistaken, would be the first team out because Norwalk has 10 points. And then it's Central and West Hill with 9 each. Good to see Central hanging around there. This goes out on the near side, 17 minutes down. New Canaan sweeps the defending Class LL champions, the Trumbull Eagles. 26-24, 25-20, 25-19 in girls volleyball. Ridgefield defeats Brian McMahon 3-0 in girls volleyball. They're back at 400. Beg your pardon, 500. And we will talk some volleyball a little bit later. A sweep for Darien. They beat Stanford volleyball in 3 sets.
Nice.
Near side out, 16:35 left. And substitutions as we go to 16.5. A lot of fun still to be had on our FSN Game of the Week. 16:13 left. How about this? An 8-1 victory for Woodstock over New London. In boys soccer, that is incredible. Notre Dame of Fairfield beats Bunnell 3-1 in girls soccer. Field hockey, it's Hall 6, Avon 0. That's about it that I've got for now. But still, plenty of scores still to be reported. .15:06 left. Ludlow still clinging to that 1-0 lead. Another save. Now down to 14:40 and a save. Very quiet start to this one here at Taft Field.
Good other sports. Lacrosse and football. Yeah, football. Football, what, state champs or something like that?
Them and Darien.
Yeah.
Go, Harry, go, Harry, go, Harry.
So it just gets down to what the kids enjoy.
Now down to 13:45 left. This is a good look, but it's a little long, and it's chased down to the near side. Dashed by Zachary Khanna, the freshman, and Matt Rulo lets it go out. He gets the chance to throw it in.
Yeah. Sorry, does a little too much.
And a nasty slide on the near side. Looked like he may have tripped. The whistle comes. 13:03. They're going to keep running the clock. We'll see when they stop it.
Oh no, the only way to bang is shoulder to shoulder.
12:49 is.
Shoulder to shoulder's got to be side to side. Sorry?
Where they mark it.
I don't know. Probably. It can be. It can be. You shouldn't bang it from the front either, though.
City.
Shooting side, shoulder to shoulder.
So 12:49 remaining, and they're going to try and get things started up again.
My fault they didn't drive me anywhere. I played at New York, Croatia.
Whistle comes, and we are back underway.
No, I was back when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
I stopped playing sports.
Low line drive kick. 12 and a half left. Turf seems like it's dried up enough after 3 games of using it this afternoon into this evening. Good chance. Played up for Nessel, who got a shot on her, at least put it into the box, but it was saved. Inside 12 minutes remain, first half. Another whistle. No. 11:43 left. Substitutions.
Wards beat Danbury.
Did they?
1-0.
I like the Danbury coach a lot. Anthony Howard was a guy that was mine. I used to play with him. He was a real player.
The Wilton coach is a good coach. Senior grade coach.
Anthony Howard was player of the year for Woodland.
No updates since we last gave you them
But he's a good human being.
from any false sports.
I don't know if he'll bring him pitches, but him too.
11:07 left.
See him after the game, and he's like, oh my God, I got some vertigo problem. And he's like, I've got Parkinson's. I'm like, oh, Jesus. So you can't play anymore.
Wow. Don't like to do that.
Ludlowe, that 1 goal so far. 10:48 left. Near side it goes out. That wind is really kicking into our crowd mic, as you can hear. $10:33. They don't want to let it go out. They won't quite yet. Stopped. A whistle. 10-10. He stopped it at 10:06 for a player to tie his shoe. $10:06 left, first half. A 1-0 Ludlowe lead back underway in our FSN game of the week. Trying to spark some life into this Ludlowe team. These stands relatively empty. I can guarantee you that will not be the case when they play next Thursday, a week from tonight. They will play in the biggest game so far of their season, the girls as well. As we mentioned, girls at 5, boys at 7, both games on FSN. Ludlowe taking on the Fairfield Ward Mustangs. And it should be a blast to cover. $9:17 and counting remaining in this first half. Got a couple of things to take care of, so some business to take care of at halftime. We will stick with you for just a bit. We have a new team of the week to announce. Our first. And we will
It's slippery. Footing or hand or something.
We will get that to you. We've also going to let you know our schedule for the rest of the season, the fall season at least. Trap by Connor, save, rebound, and it goes through the posts. Although had a good chance there, but a little too strong in the shot. 8:10 left. Big booming kick. Doesn't go so far. Inside 8 to play. And we have a pretty good game on our hands. The beg your pardon, the Rams hanging tough. Not gone yet. Far sideline. New Canaan has not had much of an offensive charge in this half. You look at the score, and that doesn't really reflect the way this game has been played. Ludlowe has played basically the entire half in their offensive zone. So they are just totally dominating the possession battle. But as we know, one possession could change all that. You could lose the possession battle 99-1, and that 1% is all you need to get one good touch and score and win the game. Inside 7 minutes left in the opening half. It's 1-0 Fairfield Ludlowe.
My daughter's like 5'10", 149. It's after a year of college and, regional training.
How does she like marriage?
She loves this school.
Great.
And
It's a good school.
it is a decent school.
Now inside a 6.5, far sideline.
Have a crash.
Save in net. It was a beautiful save and a very lucky one too. Chase to the near side. Connor stays with it. It goes out and it is ruled a Ludlowe ball. Thrown in by George Cortez. Senior looking for a man. Couldn't quite get it, but the head will keep it a Ludlowe ball and punt it out on the near side. Reminder, you can watch every FSN game of the week live on the NFHS network.
5'10", yeah. Why not?
We're back with you next week, with you every week for the rest of the fall. Chance to try and clear for New Canaan. They will not. 5:15 left.
He's had 5 goals to score against her in 4 games. 3 of them were public games. Literally, I'd say 2.
Yeah.
Inside 5 minutes now. Whistle with 4:53 left in the first half.
Going 2 strikers. What time?
Punted out far side.
Yeah. Oh, it's nonsense. Doesn't mean nuts to think about it.
If you've got a real big dominant striker, that's
Even still, you need 2. In this high school game, you need 2 because
20 minutes in, and Barlow and Weston are tied at 0. Not too many updates quite yet. Bottom of the 7th in the National League Division Series, and a good one going down in Atlanta. The East Division champion Braves lead it 3-1. They're getting out hit, but they lead it 3-1. They're taking on the Central Division champion St. Louis Cardinals. 3 errors already committed in that game. So that can't be a good sign as to how the series is playing out. Personally, I did take the Cardinals.
no, he's.
So that's not boding too well for me either. Second half of that playoff doubleheader coming up later. It'll be the Nationals taking on the Dodgers. Wild card team out of the East against the champions and best team in baseball out of the West. The The American League playoffs get going tomorrow, so 4 games on the schedule tomorrow. 2 of those NL games getting played.
I know Marty.
And then game 1 of the Yankees and Twins, and game 1 of the Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays. Should be a very fun day of baseball and football as well. Good shot, save, still loose, and he gobbles it up before they can get a rebound opportunity. Inside 2.5 minutes remain in the first, and Ludlowe still clinging to that 1-0 lead. Good chance. They've got numbers. Shot way off. A lot of power, and it sailed to the right, or to the left of Carl Wolpert in goal. As we hit the 2-minute mark in the first half, 38 minutes of soccer played, and Ludlowe up 1-0 in our FSN game of the week. They have yet to lose a game on our airwaves. I believe they lost 1 and only 1 last year. Trying to save it near side. Good chance. A misdirection, and that means that, oh no, they'll keep it in. Good job by Carl Wolpert not letting it go out. Doesn't want to have to deal with another Ludlowe set piece. They've done very well on those so far. Minute 15 in, down at least. Minute 15 left here in the first. Inside a minute left. Canaan with a rare offensive chance, and they immediately get it taken away. Down to 32 seconds left. Half a minute. Ludlowe trying to put on a second late here in the half. Maybe take a lead. Good chance. Cortez just off on the header, and Ludlowe will likely go into half now with just a 1-0 lead. Cortez, one good header, and it was 2-0, and it would have been a devastating start for New Canaan. Down 2, not the strongest program to begin with. But at this time, they are not quite out of it yet. They need to have a good offensive beginning to the second half, but not done with it yet are the New Canaan Rams. So 1-0 at the half. We will talk for a second, and very quickly, our FSN Team of the Week, presented by Colony Grill. Still working on our logo for that. But it is Ludlowe Girls Volleyball. Congratulations. They trail by, what, 50 votes going into the last hour on Wednesday. They came up big and were just able to squeak out Ludlowe Girls Field Hockey, who I can assure you will absolutely be a nominee next week. We only had 2 this week because not a ton of action last week for Ludlowe Sports, but Field Hockey with another big win is absolutely in the playoff conversation and will absolutely be a nominee next week. So if you want to vote, voting will begin on Sunday. It ends next Wednesday afternoon. You can head on over to the Falcon Sports Network website, falconsportsnet.weebly.com, and go to more, and then game articles, and it will be right there for you to vote. We were talking about our game of the week schedule. There it is next week. The doubleheader, boys and girls soccer, Fairfield Ludlowe versus Fairfield Ward, and then on the 14th of October, it'll be Ludlowe girls soccer against Darien. Kickoff at 7. We're on 6:50, 4:50 on October the 24th. Boys soccer taking on Norwalk, and then we will round out our broadcast schedule with field hockey versus Fairfield Ward. So that said, we are going to take a short time out. We're back for the final 40 minutes of our FSN Game of the Week. Ludlowe 1, New Canaan 0 here on the Falcon Sports Network. Back with you for the second half of action here at Taft Field. It's 1-0 Fairfield Ludlowe on top of New Canaan in our FSN Game of the Week presented by Colony Grill. About to get things underway once again from Taft Field. 40 minutes going to decide this one. Ludlowe looking to put things away, and New Canaan looking to get an equalizer, maybe a lead straight after that. Just waiting on the referee to get things started, and we are underway. Welcome back to our FSN Game of the Week. Colony Grill FSN Game of the Week. So glad that you could be with us. 1-0 Fairfield Ludlowe. And already, whistle's coming. Clock was stopped at 39:35.
Okay, thank you.
Waiting to start things up again on these Thursday night. Cold, wet, rainy. Rain is basically gone, but it has been cold and wet all day. Waiting for the referee's whistle. And there it is. 39:32 left. In the box, loose. Ludlowe looking to strike early in this second half, but they can't put a foot on it. And it's sent back out, but Ludlowe did dominate possession-wise in that first half, and now they're looking to do it again here in this second. 39:10 left. Near sideline chase. A nasty hit, but they stick with it. Good chance, but it rolls out. Henry Lindenberg, a junior, really wanted that goal. He bodied his way through. Unfortunately, he couldn't finish. But we talked it just before half about how New Canaan needs to come out and they need to fight and they need to get more offensive possessions no matter what happens on them. So it's a good start. Put it that way. 38-32 left. A lot of stoppages early. New Canaan's getting a free kick from the 21-yard line. So not impossible to put straight in. We'll see if they play it short or not. They are gonna play it long, and it's way high. But again, a good look, and I think they're gonna need to get a few more of those before those shots start to really become accurate. 37-40 left. And Ludlowe's still clinging to that 1-0 lead. We're so glad that you could be with us on our FSN Game of the Week. Back next week for boys and girls soccer. Good to see Fairfield Ward has come for a little scouting. They've come over. They had a big win over Danbury, and now they get a chance to scout their competition for next Thursday. If I were Ludlowe, I would not be taking that team lightly. They have yet to lose a game. They have yet to lose a match. It's a game. They have yet to lose a game. And Ludlowe is really struggling putting down New Canaan. So 36-40 remain here in the second. It's Ludlowe 1, New Canaan 0. First night of the year, I've had to wear my pullover, my fleece, I beg your pardon. So that can't be a good sign as somebody who hates the winter. Not winter sports, but the winter. Big basketball guy, but not a big fan of the winter season. Good save. That can't be a good sign. 36 minutes down here at Fairfield Ludlowe High School. Through. Can he stay onside? He will. Good chance. Can't finish. That was a lot closer than it, that went a lot longer than it should have. New Canaan just couldn't put him down. Ludlowe almost had their second goal of the night. Ludlowe's only given up one goal on our watch. They played fantastic defense in the 2 games we've had them for. Stanford last week, 2 weeks ago, and New Canaan this week. As fall sports start to get into full swing. Girls volleyball yet to lose a match. A pretty impressive feat for them. Totally deserving of our FSN Team of the Week, and we'll be with them on Saturday. I beg your pardon. We'll have Friday football, and then we'll be with them on Saturday, hanging out. No live stream. You can catch the live stream via the Pixelot cameras, but we will not have commentary. A good chance and a score, and we are tied. New Canaan battles back. They needed some offense, and they get it. 1-1 here in the second half. Back underway, and Ludlowe is now trying to avoid tying the Rams. That would not be the ideal outcome. They could use 3 points. The New Canaan goal was scored by Doyle Caitlin, yes, the junior Doyle Caitlin. Although the lead. Although a little bit stunned now. As New Canaan ties it up. It's a little bit shocking. I'll give you that much. Here comes the throw near side. Ludlowe wants to clear, they get it. Boy, New Canaan really fighting, trying to prove that they are an elite program in the FCAC, and this win would be a big step toward proving it. And it certainly wouldn't help Ludlowe's confidence going into Ward Week. $32.50 remain. Whistle coming. Nil-nil at the half. with Barlow and Weston. Newtown and Massac in girls soccer tied at the half, 1-1. There's another whistle. Not a whole lot going on this Thursday night. In the high school sports world, it's mainly the professional world with the Major League Baseball playoffs, along with Thursday night football getting the next week going. So not a whole lot going on. But that will change tomorrow. Big night of high school football, big night of playoff baseball. We will be at Norwalk. FSN's coverage of Friday night football getting underway at 6:45. We will talk to you then. We'll be at girls volleyball on Saturday. They'll take on New Canaan. They're going to remain unbeaten. 31-minute mark comes and goes. We are moving along, tied at 1 in the second half. It has become a big game, big upsets possible around the FCAC today. We know Ward beat Danbury, and New Canaan is hanging tough with Fairfield Ludlowe. We didn't think they were much of a threat in the beginning, especially when Ludlowe reeled off that goal early. But New Canaan came out firing in the second half and has dominated a lot of the possessions. So this game is far from over, to say the least. "30 minutes, about a half an hour left of soccer." Kick is on the way. Deep ball. Played through. 50-yard line comes and goes. Far side. Ludlowe is going to get the ball back. Should be a good matchup tomorrow. Ludlowe and New Canaan high school football on FSN. We can't wait for that. The Falcons having a great start to the season, a great game on Saturday. They're going to look to take that momentum from the loss against Prep and convert that into some good momentum going into Norwalk. And then they have a very good chance of a winning streak. They get Trinity Catholic, Bridgeport Central, and Trumbull in their next 3 opponents before Greenwich and Danbury to round out the season before Ward on Thanksgiving. So it is not impossible they go in with a chance to have another 7-3 season. Ludlowe is certainly hanging tough, maybe 6-4. But they're a strong football team, I'll tell you that. And tomorrow against Norwalk should be a blast to come. Of course, Thanksgiving morning, we will have Thanksgiving morning. You can get up and instead of watching the parade, you can enjoy FSN tailgate on Thanksgiving morning. We're going to get going as of now, 8 a.m. We'll be live for about 45 minutes before we say so long, and we'll call the game at 10:30 on Thanksgiving morning. That should be a blast. Poked in the air, near side. Timothy Marolette checking into the game, a junior. Almost got his head on it. And he runs to get it near side. 27:34 left. Ludlowe trying to avoid having to settle for just a point against New Canaan. a team that everybody kind of expected them to beat coming into this game. 27-20. This time just continues to tick on by, and Ludlowe continues to struggle. Not a good sign coming into a week where they have to play Ward, who beat Danbury. But crazier things have happened in that rivalry. So, yeah, no matter what, you can't count either team out. The rivalry, you have to play perfect to win a game like that. Ludlowe has not lost to Ward in a while. The girls won last year against Fairfield Ward, and they'll look to continue that success. Inside chance, and it is 2-1. So just as quick as we started beating on Ludlowe for not being able to take care of business against New Canaan, they come out, they score again, and it is a 2-1 lead for Fairfield Ludlowe with 26-25 remaining. Back underway, 26-25 left. Goal was scored by James Radman. It looks like that is his second goal of the night. Radman is a goal away from a hat trick. The junior doing great things for Fairfield Ludlowe, has given them both goals tonight, and the Falcons are back in front. Same score that they ended with against Stanford the last time we got a chance to see them. That would be our crowd mic that you're hearing right now. Raindrops falling on it. I was just cleaning it off, so. 25-29 left. Beg your pardon, we are way ahead on the clock. Now we should be back. Ludlowe on top of New Canaan, 2-1. New Canaan giving them a scare early in the half, but it looks like Ludlowe's going to try and pull away here in the second, late in the second. We're not even halfway through. We're not even 3/4 of the way through. Ludlowe already looking to pull away near sideline. Keeps it in. Whistle comes. 24:48 left. Free kick coming. It is going to be from Kyle Snedden, junior from New Canaan. And the Ram boots it near side. In the box, headed out. Near side, Zach Connor puts a boot on it. Beg your pardon, Callum Crawford. And it heads out. 24:05 left. Again, Ludlowe just trying to hang on and put New Canaan to bed.
The only time we did was when we scored. Right. 4 passes. Most of our guys, they can't trap the ball right. 23:40 and counting left. So we lose possession.
So glad to have you with us for our FSN Game of the Week, presented by Colony Grill. Just keep throwing that promo in. Go buy some of their pizza, one of the best places to eat around Fairfield. And they will be helping us out throughout the year. Looking for 3, and a save. What a save in net. New Canaan keeps it from 3-1. And we hit the 23-minute mark here in the second half.
Good athlete.
New Canaan trying to pull it off on Ludlowe in transition. Down the near side, he kept it in. New Canaan suddenly with a very good chance. They stay with it, and finally it goes out. What a chance for New Canaan. Ludlowe just could not put that possession to rest. And it got more and more dangerous until finally it went out and Ludlowe gets the goal kick.
Go. But it wouldn't matter because every high school
Exciting night of boys soccer here. It's got better and better as this game has gone on. New Canaan gave up the first goal. Ludlowe got on the board, took a 1-0 lead to half. They dominated. Probably 98% of the possession in that first half was in Ludlowe's corner. Then New Canaan got one a few minutes into the second half, and then just now, about 2 minutes ago, Ludlowe came in and James Radman got his second goal of the night to give Ludlowe a 2-1 lead. 21:51 left. Whistle comes.
U.S. soccer wants to play in that. Like they always play their league, right? They all play in their first year. So if you're a small player and you're like a freshman or something, you can play at a high level. Whereas if you're a freshman and you're small, it's
Referee's trying to work something out. There's going to be Ludlowe substitutions. That's what the stoppage was for.
you watch one of those games, it's so technical.
So we're back underway in our FSN game of the week. 2-1 Ludlowe. Far side.
Yeah, they're trying to model it after the European.
Beautiful feed right through the legs. Suddenly Ludlowe had a chance, but it was a little too far on the pass. Had a chance.
Theory is that's the only way we're going to compete internationally.
Not good enough.
Develop kids at a younger age.
It is played through, and it's going to be put out. At least for the time being, a temporary stop for New Canaan. Ludlowe has still got it deep in the Rams' defensive zone.
Oh, no. Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, yeah.
And Ludlowe is getting a free kick far side. 20.5 minutes remain.
I know he's in Spain. I'm not really sure what the motivation was. I mean, he was an okay player. I mean, there are academies like.
And now we are officially down to 20 minutes. So 20 minutes remaining of soccer here in the second half. We want to remind you, all these broadcasts are student-produced and operated. We run through Ludlowe, and we're happy to do so.
Family life and whatever else.
Near side, but it goes out, and New Canaan has a chance.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it was a bit of a mystery. Like, I know he was going to do some schooling over there, but I don't know if that was the only reason. I don't really know that.
Near side, and it goes out. We're inside 20 minutes remaining. here in the second half of play.
Right. Like Argentina.
Down to 18-13 left.
Right. Right.
17:55 left. Good chance.
Oh yeah, for sure.
17:20 remain.
Well, 17 minutes. We've had two chances.
Ludlowe looking for maybe one to put the nail in the coffin, depending on how things play out. Inside 17 minutes now. .16:39, the clock was stopped. And we are back underway. Get it by the referee. Crawford hangs with it, and Ludlow's getting a set piece. They have been dangerous with those. Watch out.
We've been pretty lucky though. I don't really rain in September. Yeah.
So Ludlowe will get a corner and a set piece. Good opportunity with 15:48 left.
Who's left this early?
Good chance, a little long, and it goes right into the arms of the new Canaan goalie, Carl Wolpert. Played up. Good chance. And it goes out. More scores coming in. Lyman Memorial 8, Plainfield 0. Barlow and Weston still no more updates after that. They were tied at the half. 14:26 left. Fun couple of days coming up on FSN. Coverage of volleyball on Saturday, and tomorrow we've got coverage of high school football. What's better than that? Way up. Trapped inside their own 30 is the New Canaan. And it heads out. Inside 15 minutes left. Good chance. Rulo has not scored a goal yet. It's only been Radman tonight. But it's cleared away. That was a rough possession. Ludlowe really thought they were going to score. Just couldn't.
No.
12 and a half inside, 12 and a half left.
Come on, Henry! Come on, Emilio!
Out on the near sideline. It's a small crowd, but they played a big part in this game. They've been very loud and vocal, so you can't hold it against them.
Come on, Emilio! Come on, Jake!
11:45 left.
Susie was like on the fence. She's like, it's gonna be cold up there. I was like, stay home, Yeah, I know.
Yeah. 11:19 left. Ludlowe 2, New Canaan 1. Played up. A good chance, but it's blocked away. George Cortez wanted a chance. That one was closer than the last, and it's cleared out. 10:45 left. New Canaan needs something. If they want to salvage any points, they need to score soon. Far side. How about this? An 11-3 win over SMSA. That is an incredible feat for SMSA boys soccer. 11-3. That is pretty crazy. And 20 minutes left in the Barlow-Weston game. They're tied at 0. 9:57 remaining. Here in the second half in our FSN Game of the Week. We're back next week, 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. A week from today, it's Fairfield Ludlowe against Fairfield Warren. Skips through. He has a chance, but it's a very weak shot. Easy save. In net by Nick Tanorero. Here's Crawford. Long ball. Cortez first to it. Is he offsides? No, and he just misses. Cortez with a great chance. Not even offsides, but he did not want to get any closer. Down to 9 minutes remaining. That's going to take some time off the clock, and New Canaan now really has to start scoring. How about this drama early in the MLB postseason? Bottom of the 8th in Atlanta, and the Cardinals, who trailed 3-1, put up 2 in the top of the 8th and have come all the way back to tie the game at 3. That game is anything but over. Same here, 8:15 remaining in the second. Ludlowe up by a goal. Clock continues to run. New Canaan put up a real good fight tonight in the second half. If they had played that, the way they played in the second half, if they had played that way the entire game, they could have had a very good chance to win it. But they came out too slow in the first. Here's the throw. And it goes out, Ludlowe ball. It's Timothy Marolette to throw it in. 7:12 remaining. The New Canaan crowd getting vocal. .625 remaining, and Ludlowe leads 2-1.
Yeah.
Near side, Marolette. Good chance.
Most of the guys are coming back.
It's almost better that it goes out because now it wastes some more time. It's down to 6 minutes on the clock. New Canaan's time is fading. Five minutes left. Second half action. Ludlowe the 2-1 advantage.
Come on, White! Good job, Doyle. Whoa!
On.
4:40 left, and Ludlowe still clinging to that 1-goal lead, making it agonizing here at the end. Not a lot of stoppages in the second half. They played pretty well. In the box.
Get it in.
Chance. Score. Tie game. 4:17 left.
Let's go, White! Come on, White! Hang tough!
4:17 left. This game is tied at 2. It is not over yet.
Let's go,
Oh, no,
Nano!
it's not Nano. It's 17. Let's see what the other
Oh,
Down to 4:07 remaining. Ludlow looking to get 1 goal. Anything to try and get them 3 points. Good pass by Callum Crawford. An offensive wizard. It skips away. New Canaan a chance to clear down to 3:42 left. Now New Canaan wants that 1 goal. They want to get the 3 points and stun Fairfield Ludlowe. A New Canaan player is injured. It's number 23, Alexander Griot. 3:27 left in the second half. Ludlow is getting the ball coming out of this injury. We are just about ready to get things underway once again. Thrown in near side.
hang tough, White! Bobby! Come on, Bobby!
It goes out. Down to 3:13 left. Far sideline. It's out. 2:48. Tied at 2.
Come on, White!
Big throw. It's got a chance. And it is saved. Oh, what a stop. That was the closest Ludlow's going to get to tying this game. It goes out off Sawyer Nessel. New Canaan throw. 2:19 to go, and this game is getting interesting. There can be a tie.
We've been doing some, yeah. We just took this ref to Holy Cross last weekend for an open house. Oh, no, it was on Sunday.
The clock continues to run. We are past the 2-minute warning, and Ludlow is stunned at what is happening tonight. 2-2. New Canaan ball, and they're probably getting the last offensive possession of this one.
Yeah, they're luckily mostly looking on the East Coast.
Long boot, Tenorero save. Minute 30. Ludlow has a chance. We thought New Canaan would put together one last offensive possession. Ludlow is going to get it. Near side. Marolette races to it. Flips for Connor. Big throw from Patrick Connor. It goes out off Zaid Atta. We are down to 1 minute. New Canaan is going to try to piece a third goal together and go home with 3 very much needed points in the FCX standings, along with the opportunity to prove that they are able to compete with the big boys, and they have so far. Here comes the throw. It's out. Down to 20 seconds. They're going to have about 10 to throw this thing in and score. Patrick Connor, big throw. Last time they were pretty close to it. Down to 10 seconds. Marilek keeps it alive. Raced down the far end, a long shot. And a save to save a point for the Rams. Ludlowe put on an onslaught late, but New Canaan New Canaan will come away with a tie, and that is a pretty big upset. Even though they didn't win this game, it's a very much needed point, and it puts the FCAC on notice that the New Canaan Rams are here to play. So your final score, Ludlowe 2, New Canaan 2 for our entire FSN crew, including our camera operator inside tonight, Chris Blank. I'm Aiden Blank. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:45 for our Friday Night Football pregame. Until then, for everybody here at FSN, I'm Aiden Blank. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. Good night.